this may be some of the best news on this podcast, on this specific episode, right? Now, here's the thing, too, right?
Cool.
There's some other good news, to be fair.
Yeah.
So, like, to be fair, there's some other good news, but I think this might be the best, and I'll say why in a second, because it starts off sounding a little awkward. It's like, director of Thor Ragnarok wants to adapt Akira manga into a live-action movie. That stops your heart, because you're like, oh, this is going to be terrible, right? This is going to be terrible. There's no way this can be good. I mean, we've seen all these different anime, live-action adaptations, and they're terrible, and all this stuff, yada yada. But here's a little thing right here. It's a little difference, and this might actually make it good. It doesn't just have to be good just based on this alone, but there is a good chance it can be better for this one reason. The director wants to do it with Asian actors. Now, in no way am I sitting here like, oh, well, because Asian actors are better than American, white American actors. No, right? Asian American actors are actors. It's just that simple, right? And that's kind of why I'm happy about this and why it's my point. My point is that it might be better because because in my opinion, there's a good chance that this director is looking at this like, hey, I want to make this more in tune with the original source material.
Right.
And not just put my own little stamp on it and say, I directed this. Look how good I directed this. Now, of course, every director is going to have their own taste, their own little tiny differences. That's cool. But you and I both know that there's some directors that look at certain movies and just go, I want to kind of put my stamp on it, like I did this character or I did this version,
right,
and not so much care about the source material itself. So, in my opinion, I feel like, at least from a directing point of view, he might be able to, pull something better than like something like Ghost in the Shell, because he's bringing in Asian actors.
Right.
Now, when it comes to the Asian actors themselves, again, I'm not sitting here going, oh, it's better because they're better actors. Like, no, he can choose terrible Asian actors, to be fair, and it could be a shit show.
Yeah.
In terms of acting, to be fair. But I'm just saying that, I'm happy he's, apparently from the looks of it, caring more about the source material. And more importantly, it's this idea that, at least in my opinion, right, I don't think people are going to sit there and go, oh, there's Asians in most of this movie? Well, I guess I'm not going to see it. Like, I don't think those people who would say that, if there are people that would say that, I don't think those people would then turn around and say, oh, all these white people in this movie? Well, now I have to go see it. I think they're just going to be in the middle regardless because Akira's fucking weird.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think they're going to be in the middle no matter what because Akira's weird. So if they're going to be turned off by it being an all-Asian cast, were they going to be happy with Akira with an all-white cast? I highly doubt it. That's my take on it. So you can have Akira have an all-Asian cast, and not only does it make Asian kids and Asian teenagers who want to feel like they're being represented in media happy because they are being represented in media, it also makes anime fans who want the media that they're watching in anime form to be represented well and not just have like an American, like Neo-America, Neo New York.
Well, that's the thing.
What?
Deadline described...
Is it still going to be set in America? I didn't read that far.
Deadline described the project's story as taking place in the rebuilt New Manhattan, where a leader of a biker gang saves his friend from a medical experiment.
Okay, so you know what? First off, all right, fuck a little bit of what I said. Just take it and just fuck a little bit of it, just a little bit. But let's just be real here. Did that just happen? Yes. Did I just get corrected on air? Yes. Thank you, Tristan. You read. I can't. But just because it's... That's the thing, too, by the way. Why can't it be an all-Asian cast in Manhattan?
Yeah, no.
That's the thing, too, by the way. I want people to think about that. Anyone who might be looking at this like, oh, an all-Asian cast? Pucha. It's like, wait, but they're Asian-American, right? Why can't they just be all-Asian in Manhattan? You're telling me there can't be... Well, how many kids in the main cast? Like, what, 6?
Yeah, in the original biker
gang, right?
Yeah, there's
5?
5 or 6,
maybe?
Yeah.
Well, because the manga, I think, had, like, 1 extra. But
right,
there's, 5 or 6. There aren't 5 to 6 Asian kids in Manhattan. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, of course there's going to be. So, I honestly
feel like
think there's nothing wrong.
It still fits the setting.
Exactly. Yeah, no, of course, because Manhattan can be compared to Tokyo in some respects. And, of course, to be fair, after a bomb hits the same way that it did in the movie and in the manga,
Right.
I think it's going to be a city with a bomb that hit trying to rebuild, regardless.
Right.
Let's be real.
The interesting,
It's funny. Well,
the interesting
what was
bit that I saw is they also described the project as spanning 2 films. So they'd be they're using like the original source material, the manga that came out, which is 6 volumes. They'd be splitting it 3 and 3 into 2 different films.
Which I still think is cutting it too close, but you know what? Better than 1 movie. I'll say that
Or
much.
better than 3 movies with 2 volumes each.
Yeah. Did that actually happen in something and I forgot?
No, I'm just thinking of various movies that have split. Or usually it's mostly splitting like the last book into 2 parts.
Yeah. Even if the book's long, but still it hurts.
Or taking 1 book and splitting it into 3 movies. Yeah.
Hobbit, yeah. That I know about. But no, overall, I am happy about this. I'm hyped. I'm sure you are too, to a certain degree. I mean, because we did the Akira anime movie on the show before. We did it for Anna Saturdays.
Right.
So I'm hyped. Are you as hyped? Because, we don't know much about it yet. It could be terrible, to be fair.
Yeah.
But I have to admit, I'm hyped about the diversity, okay? For anyone out there, it's like, well, what are you hyped about the diversity, okay? Because, again, there's nothing that says that they're going to be better than the actors, but there's also nothing that says they're going to be worse if it was an all-white cast.
Right.
So why not, right? Like, why not try something different with a movie that, in my opinion, and I think you agree with me here, it's not going to appeal to a mainstream audience anyway.
Yeah, it's going to fans. And I mean, the director's been quoted as saying he's very passionate about it, so Akira might have been something he enjoyed, so...
Exactly. So I'm looking forward to this. There's no date on it yet, of course, but there is no date. Yeah, so, we'll see what happens with it.
I've still got my reservations about live action and anime itself, but, I'm kind of the person that'll put it aside. I'm like, all right, sure, give it a shot. Why necessarily live action, but I'll wait till it comes out first.
Yeah. So that's good. So we'll see what happens.